That was my lighting in the car here.
It's fantastic. No, this is super safe.
This is like guerrilla podcasting.
Yeah. I know, dude. I feel like a real life podcaster having like a guest on my show. Like,
yes.
We're a couple steps away from being the next Pat McAfee show.
That is very accurate. Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we release maybe not as prime of content, but we're getting there.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
like Colin Cowherd, Pat McAfee, us. In that order.
I'm
not going to explain myself.
Yeah.
I've been listening to a lot of Colin Cowherd on the way to work. And, yeah.
You do?
I guess, should I start?
That is like, I think you just lost us a subscriber because you said that. Because you said you listened to Colin Cowherd on the way to work. The guy that said, "See you later, LeBron. Ben Simmons is here."
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. That guy that also like super praised what's his name? Johnny Manziel. I almost called him Johnny Mendoza, if you can tell what's on my mind.
Yeah, but like have our takes, we've only been doing this for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
It's not like our takes are the best all the time.
They are the best. We're the best. Just
okay. Anyway, I'm going to start. Welcome to the house. Episode
Hey, dude,
63.
I'm the host here. What is happening?
You're the host?
You're my guest.
Fine. Yeah, fine. Restart.
I don't know the intro, so go ahead.
You got to say welcome to the house. Episode 63. It's pretty easy.
Oh, man. Yeah. Welcome to the house, episode 63. I am your host, Brian Fields, and I am joined today by Isaac Smeldon.
You need to say that if you need homeless or at-risk youth services, you can take it to my house.
300 North Willow Street, downtown Wasilla.
Correct.
Isaac.
Yes.
I do not condone being on the phone and driving. I want that to be perfectly clear.
My eyes are only on the road.
Okay.
My phone is set up on a stand, and I'm looking dead straight. And probably a shorter episode.
I wonder if we should send this to Hellman right now and just see his takes on it.
No, you should not. You should not. Nor should you send it to our health and safety guy who's out of the office this week. So good time for us to have to do this.
Yeah.
Crazy week at work. We got a bunch of stuff going on at my house. Check out our Facebook. Lots of cool construction updates. Lots of cool house-related calamities that have happened. So I've been like a furniture mover and floor repairman and insurance appraiser and all these other things this week. And then, you're always busy.
Yeah.
But we have to record something.
Yeah.
Because
Huge
week 18 was last week. And we got to do our playoff bracket. So I would not miss this episode. Also, normally, we're recording this on a Thursday. Normally, I would have no problem doing that, and it would just be on Ozzy to rush it out and edit it last second and slave away until it's done on Friday. Ozzy, better make sure this gets out. TikTok, bud. Friday, you have one day to make sure this hits the air.
TikTok.
But the Anchorage Wolverines, and no, you know what? I'm not even going to blame them. The Kenai River Brown Bears, who I'm sure it's their fault that there's a random Thursday game in January for some reason. So I'm driving to Anchorage right now to do my other job. But got to get a playoff bracket out. So I'm not looking at my phone. That would be dangerous.
That'd be very dangerous.
Wherever you want to go with this, Brian, we have probably some Week 18 stuff to recap.
Let me just recap. Hold on. Let me recap some NBA news real fast. Yeah.
We don't. I'm recording via Zoom, driving, and you're gonna derail us for NBA news?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
No. There's news that has to happen.
In the NHL, the Devils lost 9-0 to the Islanders.
Yeah.
You see how that feels? You see how we didn't have time for that?
We don't have time for that. You know. But listen, there's a big story.
Okay, Trey Lance got traded.
It's Trae Young. Yeah, ding dong.
Whatever. Oh whoops, different. Football on the mind. He
gets traded to the Washington Wizards. It doesn't make sense to me. The Wizards, who they take guards to die. Like, I don't know what their philosophy is in Washington. Like, I get you're trying to make a swing, but you've seen it with John Wall, Bradley Beal, just over and over again. They take these guards that it's not enough though. Like, Washington Wizards aren't somehow like contenders now. So like this trade makes zero, like it makes sense because Trae Young wanted out, but it also like, it seems like a FU to Trae Young from Atlanta and doesn't make a ton of sense for Washington. I don't understand it.
Get ready to learn Washington, D.C., buddy.
Yeah.
Up to the Wizards. Explain this to me, because clearly I have no idea what's going on outside of Trae Young as a name and kind of the state of the Hawks and the Wizards franchise. But wasn't Trae Young involved in a trade previously for rights to a pick at one point? Do I have that correct?
What?
Okay, nope. Cut that. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't do enough Reddit
rights to a pick.
Today.
I don't know.
I thought that Trae Young was somehow connected with Luka at some point.
Oh no, I don't think so.
Okay, cool.
Maybe.
Cool. Maybe. You're supposed to know. You're supposed to be our NBA analyst.
Yeah, I don't really pay attention to NBA. I just pay attention to the Lakers. I've told you this multiple times. But something that I have been paying attention to outside of that, I just wanted to throw that out there. I think it's a wild trade. Also, OKC, the NBA world is on fire because OKC lost back-to-back games. Do you know what their record is?
It's still whatever in three?
No. No, because you missed the play-in, and then they had a series with San Antonio where they lost back-to-back again. And then, anyways, they're 31-7 right now.
Oh, 31-7. Yeah, I understand why everyone. Not to make it about the NHL again, but the Avs finally lost another game in regulation, and then they lost back-to-back games in regulation. And everyone's like, oh, the Avs, back-to-back losses. Like, shut up, everyone. We're halfway through the season for the NBA and the NHL. I don't think that the Oklahoma City Thunder or the Colorado Avalanche are losing sleep over the fact that they happen to lose 2 games in regulation when they're still both comfortably in first place in their respective divisions.
Yeah, some people are just freaking out because one of the teams they lost to was the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah, okay, that is pretty bad. I didn't realize that
124 to 97. 124 to 97. And then their very next game, they get taken to overtime by the Utah Jazz. And so I think they're just taking some, I just think they're not taking some of these opponents seriously is what it comes down to. I think calm down. OKC is going to be fine. The season doesn't start until after the All-Star break / trade deadline. So calm it down. They're going to be fine. Okay.
Go. We're all fine.
Back to the NFL.
Yes.
Quickly before we get into playoff bracket, we've had 8 coaches fired. Are there any coach firings that you disagree with?
Well, we called John Harbaugh.
We did.
The most recent one is Mike McDaniel, but that that was, I think we were kind of talking about that for a while.
Yeah.
Like, that's been in the hop. I guess the one, I think the one that is surprising is a non-fire. How is Todd Bowles still the coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Well, I mean, he's won.
Try to justify it.
Yeah, I can't. I also didn't realize that that because of the way that their season went, that they still needed help even with a win against the Panthers.
Yeah, I didn't realize that when we recorded either. And then watching that game, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that if the Bucs win, the Panthers could still make it in. But I'm heavily rooting for the Bucs because if the Bucs win, we get a losing record out of the NFC South, and that
you still get one because the Panthers lost. Yeah,
exactly.
And it's crazy that Todd Bowles still has a job, and your whole season came down with all of your hopes on the New Orleans Saints. Like, that is mind blowing.
Yeah, as far as like coach firings that are surprising, I really think the vast majority makes sense. It sounds like John Harbaugh is the guy that everyone wants to interview, and that's always a little bit concerning when you fire your head coach and everyone immediately is like, "Oh, we're gonna pick that guy up."
Yeah.
But I don't disagree with the firing because he's been there since 2008, and I am a firm believer in that your coach, no matter how good, has an expiration date, and you've been with a program for 17 years. Yeah. Sometimes it's just time for a change of scenery.
Yeah.
And hint, that will be part of my playoff bracket when we talk about the AFC North representative. Jonathan Gannon, Cardinals fans should be ecstatic that he is, I think, underratedly one of the worst coaches in the NFL this year. I think the biggest mistake, if I was going to name one mistake, it's the Raiders firing Pete Carroll, because you're not going to be good next year. And you know what's better than one first-year overall pick? 2 first overall picks. I think they should have kept Pete.
No way, dude. There's no way that he had that whole place so disorganized. There's so many reports coming out about just like them wanting why he wasn't playing Jackson Powers Johnson at center, wanting to trade him, but Spytech not being in line with that. Like, there was no cohesion between the front office and the field. There was no communication between him and his son. There's a bunch of players rubbed the wrong way over nepotism. I mean, it was upside down, and there was no way you could just like Raiders fans. I mean, there's already people coming out switching teams. I don't know how much Raider fans can take if you kept Pete Carroll again. The one that's surprising to me that still has a job is Zach Taylor. For the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't understand that. Joe Burrow is clearly not happy. I mean, some of that is because of his injuries, but I think like when you look at him and Taylor on the sideline and you see Joe Burrow, like Taylor's like, we won the game. And he's like, yeah, but we look like crap, dude. And Taylor's just like, okay with that. You're creating a disconnect between you and your star quarterback. Right. And I think he is over it. They have too powerful of an offense to look how they look sometimes. And I don't understand why if I was Cincinnati and I seen John Harbaugh was fired, you're gone today. And we're making a phone call. Because
as many firings as there were, I definitely feel like we could have had at least 2 or 3 more and I wouldn't have batted it.
Yeah, absolutely. Wild times. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out and who goes where. There's lots of rumor mills. It's one of my favorite times of the year because I'm a Raider fan, so I never get to enjoy the playoffs anyways. But yeah. Okay. Well, let's get into the bracket. If you'd like to stand on your pedestal and anoint the Seahawks all that is glory for a moment, I will shut up. But really, I don't think I don't think our fans want to hear it.
To be clear, you want me to do the bracket, or are we recapping Week 18 so we know where everyone in the bracket is?
We don't need to recap it. Everybody knows what we know.
No, we should recap Saturday night, where the San Francisco 49ers talked a whole lot of trash.
Did they?
And did not score a touchdown against one of, if not the best defense in the NFL. And I just
they took over first place after Indiana scored 30. Indianapolis scored 30 on Houston. They took first place for points allowed in the league.
So yeah, there you go. That game was great. We kind of talked about Bucs Panthers and Falcons and screw the Bucs over, which is hilarious. The Raiders get the first overall pick, even though they tried to dismantle their tank at the last second.
Yeah, and they won the game.
Right. But they had prior knowledge that they had already overall pick before the game began.
Yeah.
So the timeline that I want to see is the timeline where the Giants lose and the Raiders know that they have to lose the game to get the first overall pick.
Oh, God.
Because I think we would have seen some shameless displays.
You already did, though. Do you realize the end score was 12-14 without a single touchdown scored in that entire game? It was about to be the first.
I'm telling you,
it was about to be the first. It was about to be the first game in history to end 11-12 if they didn't get that field goal, and just have field goals and a safety for their points scored.
I'm telling you that if the Raiders had needed to lose that game, if the Giants had won, you would have seen a member of the Raiders front office tackling their kicker on the final kick, like come running down from the booth and just like Superman dive into the place kicker to make sure that they missed that. But we didn't have to worry about it. The Raiders get the first overall pick. Happy for Raiders fans in the moment. But I will be reminding you for the next 3 months that the Raiders are fully capable of totally screwing this pick up in the time that we have remaining before the draft. So I eagerly await to see how they manage to draft an offensive lineman.
Oh, my God, dude.
Some of the psychos in your fan base are calling for right now.
Dude, there's analysts calling for it. There's analysts calling for the Raiders to trade out of the number 1 overall pick and to build their team. But here's the thing is, like, sure, that sounds great. Next year is a quarterback-heavy draft, but it's, the thing is you may not be in this position next year. Let's say, like,
you never know.
You're not going to be great. You're still going to have a top 10 pick, but you have the number 1 pick. You can get any guy in the draft. There's no saying you're going to get the number 1 pick next year.
You get who you need right now.
The Jets are going to be worse than the Raiders next year.
Oh, I would believe that.
Right.
The last Week 18 game that really matters is Steelers-Ravens. And speaking of missed field goals,
oh my God, rip your heart out.
So bad for Tyler Luke.
Yeah,
that sucks.
That's good. I mean, that's the kind that like sticks with you for years to come, where you're just laying there and wake up in a cold sweat, and just the shame that comes with that is so tough. That's so tough. And the Steelers just get lucky again. They have to be worshiping. It is real. Did you see the reports that they had a priest out there spreading holy water?
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I was thinking I should have done that instead of trying to summon the Etsy witch for my fantasy team 2 weeks ago. because apparently that's what works.
Yeah, that's the deal. That's what you need to do. So,
but yeah, the Steelers move on.
Yeah.
We can get into the brackets now. I'll let you just guide us through matchup by matchup.
One more thing that I thought was really cool is a final goodbye and a screw you from the Detroit Lions to the Chicago Bears, who screwed up their seeding and just said, "Hey, I just want to give you a gentle reminder. We lost some games we should have won this year, but we're still here." Just a little poke, a little tap on the shoulder, like, "Hey man, we're right on your heels. We're not far off." I think Detroit could come back next year and be one of the more improved teams.
The NFC North could be back with a vengeance next year.
Yeah.
Because I think the Vikings and the Lions showed in the last, like, unfortunately for them, too late.
Right.
But, like, they're still very capable of being a playoff football team. Both.
Yeah. They just need some things to go right. It's going to be interesting to see how it shakes out in Minnesota, if they come back with JJ or if they try to move on. There's lots of reports coming out about that. But yeah, let's get into this bracket. So the games are set in the in the NFC. We got the Seahawks number 1 first round bye, and then you got the Bears.
Not a big deal. Hey Brian, where did you pick the Seahawks to finish this year?
I think last. I think I picked last. Did I not?
Oh, okay. Hey Ozzy, can we put that clip?
Hey
Ozzy, can we put that clip? Can we clip that?
Hey
chat. Can we have that?
Hey, where did you pick the Panthers? Yeah.
I picked the Panthers a lot lower.
And I said every year we have a team go from worst to first. And this is from worst to not as worse.
This is like the worst to first ever. You should not get credit for the
I
Panthers.
Should get credit for this. I got credit, man. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take it. They got
the
there.
The only thing that I was wrong about was that everybody in the NFC South sucked, not just the Panthers, the Falcons, and the Saints. Like, I don't know. Oh my gosh. Anyways, Seahawks first round bye.
Then you got.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Here we are.
Then you got an awesome showdown with the Bears coming in at number 2, going against the Green Bay Packers number 7. And then it goes Eagles secured number 3, taking on the 49ers number 6. Hell of a game there.
You have to go play in the cold. And friend, you have to go. You're going to go be chilly.
You're going to be chilly cold
so
now.
Sad.
Yeah.
Very sad.
And then Panthers secure a home game with a losing record, taking on the LA Rams, who were able to get it done and get that 5th spot with the 49ers loss. So they're very thankful to the 49ers. Even though you're on the road, you're definitely happier to take a matchup versus the Panthers in the first round than the Eagles. But I also think the Rams have showed that they can come out a little bit sleepy, and this could be one of those games that they come out sleepy on because it's the Panthers. And this is a young team that could come out with some energy. I'm not going to pick them to win. I'm just saying. I could see it being close. Is this where
we're starting? Are we starting with this matchup?
Yeah, let me go through the AFC seeding so we have the full picture set. Okay. And you got the worst first place team in NFL history, the Denver Broncos, with the first round bye. And then somehow the freaking Patriots get the number 2 spot. The AFC is just trash. Just so trash, AFC. I don't understand you. You got the Chargers who come in 7th. You got Patriots, Chargers, and then it goes Bills, Jaguars, and then Texans, Steelers, 4 and 5. So let's kick it off. Let's get into the NFC. It's the more interesting one. These are the ones that are going to be, I feel like, harder to predict. Yeah, let's go. Let's start with 2 versus 7. We got the Bears at home versus the Packers. Who you got?
Well, okay, so first of all, I think that this year these playoffs are more wide open than we've seen in a long time. Like, it's going to be very difficult to pick this bracket with any sense of accuracy.
Yeah.
Because even in games that on paper, like you look at the records, you look at the stats, one team should like blow the other one away.
Yeah.
Like, which, for example, Rams Panthers. The Panthers beat the Rams this season, so
right.
it's not as easy as just kind of picking an upset or two. And then also, like, any given Sunday, we've seen vastly different versions of all of these teams at different courses during the season. So, Bears, Packers, I think it's great that it's a divisional rivalry, first of all. I'm looking forward to watching this game. The Bears have come out so slow in the first half of multiple games this season.
Yeah.
But that being said, I think when you look at the playoffs, you look at who comes in on a heater, you look who comes in cold. The Packers have been terrible for the last month. And the Bears, despite their flaws, I think when push comes to shove, are the better football team and will end up winning this game.
Yeah, that's a tough game. Honestly, I feel you. And the NFC bracket is going to be, it's just going to be disgusting. You would be a magician if you got 100% accuracy in this bracket. This game to me is a coin flip. I don't think that the Packers are a 7th seed type of team. And I question the Bears, but I question the Bears being a 2 seed team. I just don't know that they have the experience. I think there's some jobs on the line here. I think that Jordan Love has had some time off and is going to be healthy. Give me the Packers. Give me the Packers, baby.
You know, I love arguing with you, but I think that, like, I can totally see it. That's the thing with the NFC. Like, I don't think that's that far of a stretch.
Yeah. Okay. So I got the Packers, which would put them going against the Seahawks next. Okay. They got a tough road.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, they do.
So then we go into the 3 versus 6. So we got the Eagles versus the Niners. Who you got?
This is tough because the Niners are still so banged up. I don't know who they have. Like, I don't think they've announced, even when we're recording this late in the week, who is going to be eligible to play. And it's like there's going to be a lot of game time decisions.
Yeah.
The Eagles, I think that taking the Niners as the upset, like if you're like, well, I can't just take the number 1 seed, you know, the higher seed on all of these, the team with the better record on all of these. I think the Niners are a really good pick here. But the thing that makes me scared is that the Eagles have just found ways to win games with such startlingly consistent inconsistency. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's always something different. They always seem to be getting in their own way. The Eagles are the Eagles' worst enemy, but I think they're a great team on paper, despite the fact that I think they have some of the worst coaching in the playoffs this season. I think that the Eagles at home find a way to end up with the win. I don't know how that's going to happen, but the Eagles don't make any sense this year, so I don't think I need to try to rationalize.
Okay. I think you're delusional. I think we're seeing a 2023 repeat of the Eagles. I think that the 49ers are going to come in. I think they're going to have an amazing game plan, be explosive. I think they're going to punch the Eagles right in the face. And if they do that and if the defense cannot hold, the Eagles will 1,000% lose because that offense will not keep pace with the 49ers. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So give me the Niners. Give me the Niners there.
See, I would have said that before this last week. the Seahawks defense is really good. The Niners look lost at home.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me
I think the
Eagles, even though I think the Niners have a lot going for them in this match.
Yeah. Well, I think it was a wake-up call for the Niners, and I think that they're going to come in refocused and be hey, we got to get it going. Is there much to really talk about here with the Panthers and the Rams? I mean, I said,
the hipsters would like you to believe that the Panthers are somehow the Rams' kryptonite because they beat them once this year.
Yeah.
As hilarious as it does see the Panthers lose, or the Rams lose to the Panthers, it's the playoffs now. I don't think that Matty Ice and the rest of the crew are going to be screwing around much.
Yeah.
And the Panthers are not.
You just call him Matty Ice?
Good for them for making
That's
the playoffs.
Matt Ryan, dude.
Yeah, I know that's Matt Ryan. That's Matt Ryan. What's Matthew Stafford's nickname? I don't know. So I just went with Matty Ice. Point being,
Matt Stafford is so good.
Team.
Matt Stafford is so good that he doesn't need a nickname. He's Matt Stafford.
Yeah, no. Girl dad. Good for him. I think the Rams move on. I don't think it's much of a question.
So you're calling for a Seahawks-Rams showdown.
I think that there is a very realistic timeline where all three NFC West teams are still in the playoffs for the quarterfinals. I know that I picked the Eagles, but the Niners winning and the Rams winning is definitely a possibility. I'm assuming you're going Rams too.
I'm going Rams. So our brackets here are a little bit different. In the second round, I will have the Packers playing the Seahawks, and you will have, and then it would be the 49ers playing the Rams on the road. And you will.
No, I'd have.
I was finishing mine.
You have 49ers Rams?
Yeah, I have 49ers Rams and Packers Seahawks. You have Seahawks Rams, Bears Eagles.
Yeah, that sounds correct.
Okay, so Bears Eagles.
You want to go through yours first?
I'll go through mine first. I think this is where the momentum stops. That defense in Seattle, this really does feel a very 2015-esque team.
New Pope here.
I am honestly terrified of what is going to happen in these playoffs with the Seahawks, but I think it's no contest. I think the Seahawks, I think they shellac the Packers. I just don't think they have the juice. I think they have the juice to get over a division rival in the Bears, but I don't see it happening in Seattle with all that momentum.
I hope that your picks are right, because I think that if the Packers do win, I think the Seahawks will whack the Packers.
Yeah, 1,000%. 1,000%. So I got the Seahawks moving on to the NFC Championship, and then Rams Niners. I really like the Rams. I think that it's gonna end up being the Seahawks and Rams in the NFC Championship. I just think the direction to get there is a little bit different. Give me the Rams. So that's my second round prediction for the NFC.
I like that pick. I think that the Rams have the edge of those two teams.
Yeah.
So for me, I've got Seahawks, Rams. I've got the same matchup that you'll have in the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
This is really tough because, listen, 38-37 was really fun. But the part that all of us Seahawks fans would really like to forget is how bad things looked for long stretches of the middle part of that game.
Yeah.
The Rams are a really good football team.
Mm-hmm.
The Seahawks, I truly do believe at the end of the regular season, the Seahawks have the best defense right now in the playoffs. There's some tough contenders. Houston's right there. Denver's right there. But I'd take the Seahawks defensive unit over anyone.
Okay.
The biggest problem for the Seahawks is what we all knew it would be going into the season. and that is that Sam Darnold will not shed this label that he has had around his neck since last playoffs until he's able to win a marquee matchup like this against the Rams. Because last year he went 14-3 too, and then it all fell apart. Got one game in. He's got the exact same situation here. It's really tough to pick this. My heart says Seahawks. Those lingering doubts in the back of my head say pick the Rams. I'm gonna choose to believe what if it all went right. I think that the Seahawks have proven they can beat the Rams. It's gonna be a great game. It's gonna be a close game. I think the Seahawks defense, though, is fully armed and operational. I think that they are activated. They are playing as a unit. There is not a single individual on that side of the ball.
Who are you trying to convince?
I'm trying to convince me. All you need to do is not make any mistakes offensively. Because if you just trust your defense to make plays, I think if you play a conservative game and don't get into a run and gun, fireworks show like the game that you won, I think you have a really good shot here. So I will take the Seahawks in my bracket, also advancing to the NFC Championship.
Okay.
My other side is Bears-Eagles.
Yeah.
And I just spent a ton of time on the Seahawks, so I need to kind of make a decision. This is another total coin flip for me because both these teams are severely flawed. When I'm looking at this matchup, if the Bears play the Eagles, I'm going to take the Eagles again for no other reason than they have the veteran presence. I think that at the end of the day, despite all their flaws, they will make fewer mistakes than the Bears, and they know how to play postseason football.
Yeah, and for the Bears, what a miraculous season that would be for them, especially starting the season 0-2, and then
for sure,
and then ending up in the second round of the playoffs. I just have doubts that I think Magic's going to run out. So you got Eagles, Seahawks in the NFC Championship. I got Rams, Seahawks in the NFC Championship. So I'm going to make my pick here. I think that in the playoffs, you see it year after year when good teams meet in the playoffs and everything is on the line and it's win and go home. What it comes down to is who do you trust at QB? And I'm going to tell you right now, I would not bet my money over Matt Stafford or Sam Darnold over Matt Stafford. I just would not. Yeah. I would not do it. I think that they're a well-coached team. I think that they got a wake-up call at the end of the year. I think they were coasting a little bit. They were beating some really good teams. They were playing really, really well, and I think they got a little ahead of themselves. They got a little bit banged up, and I think they come in, they come healthy, they come hungry. Matt Stafford understands where he's at in his career. This could be his final run, and I think he takes the Seahawks to a just nail-biter and edges them out. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a very close game. Wouldn't be surprised if we ended up in overtime. But I think the Rams are on a mission this year. I know it fell apart there at the end. They look like the clear number 1 seed and end up as the 5 seed. But I think that this team needed that, and I think they get it done, and I think they end up in the Super Bowl.
I think if I was able to pick 2 teams, pick 2 that have a chance to make it to the Super Bowl, it would be either the Seahawks or the Rams, and it's almost guaranteed unless the Rams lose in the first round. I think that they will have to go through each other at some point this postseason because I think that they're the 2 best teams in the postseason. So I have that matchup happening a little bit earlier. Again, normally I'd love to argue with you, but I don't disagree with a word that you're saying. I think that is such a tight matchup. The saving grace for the Seahawks this season is that the hope was that you would just make the playoffs and you won the NFC. So you have a lot. I think the Seahawks have a bright future ahead of them regardless. If the Seahawks make it to the NFC Championship and get through the Rams, and in my bracket are playing the Eagles, I think the Seahawks go all the way to the Super Bowl. I was
going to agree with that. Like the way your bracket shook out, this is their path. I think I think this would be the path is how it would
absolutely
go. Yeah,
absolutely. Like if you get the Rams and they've played the week before, like in my bracket, if you get the Rams and they've played the week before, you're rested, you stick to the game plan, and can make it past them. I think that the Seahawks defense will expose the fact that the Eagles offensively have been wildly inconsistent this year. And I'm going to pick the Eagles through 2 rounds just because I feel like they'll BS their way to a couple wins.
Yeah.
I think that if the Seahawks lost and it was the Rams, I'd be picking the Rams to beat the Eagles. I think this is where their time comes to an end. And so for my bracket, I will take the Seattle Seahawks advancing to their 4th ever Super Bowl appearance, which makes me really nervous to say because all of a sudden I got a whole lot of hope and I'm not ready to get hurt again this soon after the Mariners gave it to me.
Man.
But how awesome would that be? Seattle, if the Kraken can just stay in this playoff space, that Seattle could be that super awesome sports town that it is when its teams are good here for the next 5 years, which would be awesome to see. So I'll take the Seahawks.
Shocking bracket coming from Isaac.
I think it is. I really think that I think both of our brackets are just as likely as the other because of how wide open the NFC is.
Okay.
You know what's shocking is someone picking the Panthers to make it to the Super Bowl.
That is insane. Bryce Young would have to channel something out of I don't even know. That's crazy. Okay, we got to get moving. We spent a lot of time on the NFC. Okay, so we went over the seedings. First matchup, we got number 2 Patriots at home versus the Chargers. Who you got?
Okay, let's make it quick. I got the Patriots, and I think the Steelers should fire Mike Tomlin when they get embarrassingly run out of their own building.
No, you're at the wrong game. You're at the wrong game. Patriots versus the Chargers.
Oh, Patriots Chargers.
Round 1.
Sorry,
2-7.
I was saving my vitriol for the Houston Steelers game.
Yeah.
Patriots Chargers. Yeah, Patriots in a landslide. LA's too banged up. The Patriots look unbelievable right now.
Yeah. I would agree with that. LA is just, I mean, they're taking guys off the street to block for Justin Herbert. He's banged up. Just can't happen. It's not going to happen. Patriots win that one. Okay, you got Jags Bills.
This is probably the toughest one.
Oh yeah. I honestly though, I am convinced that the Bills are doing some sneaky stuff here. And
submarine.
And they submarine themselves to be in Jacksonville for the first round of the playoffs.
You know?
Like, think about playing in Jacksonville versus Buffalo right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think if you'd rather be in Buffalo if you're the Bills because
no way
you're at least used to it.
No, you're not. You can't get used to that. Like, it still sucks for you. Like, sure, it's not as sucky if Jacksonville was in Buffalo, right? Like, that's a total shock. It's not as shocking, but that sucks, and it's hard, and it's anybody's game. Like, it's not.
I gotta hurry because I'm like pulling up into the rink right now. Like, I gotta go to work.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna take the Bills because the Jags have been so hot. They've looked so good, but I think the Bills have to recognize that this is the best shot that you have had and probably will had. I think they're going to be playing desperate, and so I'm going to take Buffalo.
Yeah, I think you're going to see the best version of Josh Allen you've ever seen before. I'm taking.
Yes.
I get Jags are hot. I wouldn't be mad if somebody took the Jags. They're a very hot team right now, but I think Josh Allen understands the assignment. I think he gets it done. Okay, and then you got Steelers, Texans. You kind of spoiler alerted your pick there.
Texans in a landslide, and the Steelers should fire Tomlin when the Texans beat them. The Steelers have no business playing in this football game.
This is kind of stupid. We're aligned on our bracket so far. So next round, we got the Bills. Dang, what a draw for the Broncos. The Bills would travel to Denver, and then the Texans would go to New England. So it'd be New England, Texans, and then Broncos, Bills.
I just refuse to believe in the Broncos. Till win the Super Bowl, I'm probably going to refuse to believe in the Broncos. Their defense is good, but like you just said, I think you're going to see the best version of Josh Allen that we've ever seen. And I think the Broncos they don't understand the desperation that Buffalo is going to be playing.
Okay. I agree with that. I think it's Josh Allen's time. Okay, and then we got Patriots, Texans.
Tough one. Texans have a really good defense.
Really good.
The Patriots have been the more consistent of the two. I'm going to take the Patriots. I don't think you're crazy for picking Houston here.
Yeah. So you got AFC Championship is the Bills and the Patriots. What a showdown! What a showdown that would be.
Into my veins, dude.
What a showdown that would be. And the Bills are praying that doesn't happen because they've lost both games to the Patriots this year. Gosh. Anyways, okay. I believe in Houston's defense. I think they get it done against Drake May. I think second round of the playoffs, he's just getting his feet wet. I don't think they'll have enough juice to get over the hump there. I don't think he has enough weapons around him to overcome a defense like that that's going to be playing with their ears pinned back and just in his face. Give me the Texans there.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so give me the Texans.
You've got Texans and
the Bills. And you got Bills.
I've got
Bills Patriots. Yeah.
So we just talked about how good we think Josh Allen's going to be. It's so tough. Like a couple weeks ago, I said I think it's the Bills' year. You look at how good the Patriots have been, and have the Patriots learned their lesson after, letting the Bills come back in that game earlier this season. I think the Bill, this is it for the Bills. If not now, then when? So I'll stick with the Bills. I'll say that if they make it this far, they ride some momentum, they make it to a Super Bowl.
Okay. Crazy. That would be a crazy finish for the Bills. I honestly, if my bracket shook out that way, I would take the Patriots. I think they got the Bills figured out. I think they got Josh Allen figured out. But I also think on the other side with my bracket, I think that Houston has Josh Allen figured out. The last time that they played the Bills, they hit Josh Allen 11 times, completely took him out of the game, and did what they needed to do on offense. Houston's offense has been gelling. Nico Collins is a beast. I'm taking Houston.
That's a wild, but I don't think you're crazy for saying it would be insane to have the Texans make it to a Super Bowl. The way that their season has gone has been such a roller coaster. But the first round of the AFC is a little bit predictable. I think once you get to these final four teams, pick a name out of a hat.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I got Texans, Rams in the Super Bowl. You got Seahawks, Bills. Who is your Super Bowl champion?
Oh man.
Don't go on a crazy rant here. We're running out of time.
Seahawks, Bills, unstoppable force versus an immovable object. Should we get to that point is the narrative.
Yeah. What a Super Bowl that would be.
I think if I'm riding the Bills that far, I don't want to be a homer. Josh Allen, again, like the deeper the Bills make it, the more it becomes obvious, like, this is your last chance.
Yeah.
And I think that they're a rocket ship. Once they get off the ground, I think they just keep going. It's hard for me I'm not going to like put my flag in the ground and say Bills Super Bowl this year, but, like bet the house on it.
Yeah.
But in that scenario, I'll take the Bills. They've got more playoff experience than the Seahawks, and that's going to be the Seahawks' biggest problem is lack of playoff guys that have been there before, and they've got a lot of narratives with their quarterback and their offense coming into this playoff.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, so I got Rams, Texans. I think this is the storybook ending for Matt Stafford. I think I would retire on that if I was Matt Stafford, but I think this is a team that will come and determine. Devontae Adams needs one. Go and get you one. I think that the Rams end up winning the Super Bowl. That's my take. I think the defense is, for me, it could be Bills, but I just think the defense is going to be Josh Allen's kryptonite. And then I think once they get to the Super Bowl, you got good defense. And I don't think that C.J. Stroud can get them over that hump, and Matt Stafford just will not be denied in that aspect. And that would be so sick. Bills Rams would be sick.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that would be a great Super Bowl.
I think we're in for a great playoff. It's anyone's out there right now. Like, we'll see how it shakes out starting this Saturday.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, enjoy work. I'm gonna go home.
Yeah. Yeah. Have fun. Just got to the parking lot, so I'm gonna go call this hockey game on a Thursday night. And we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching the house.
Ozzy, make sure it gets edited, even when we're rooting against each other. Sports bring us together. TikTok.
Ozzy. I wish you could see Ozzy's face. We need like an office, like The Office, where it like zooms in. Great.